So, hello, Libra, and welcome back to Divine Rebel. My name is Racy, and I'm going to be giving the messages for you today. They're general messages. They're for Libra and those with strong or significant Libra placements in their birth chart. Okay, so for May, Libra energies for May. For those of you not familiar with me or the channel, I have no filter. I do not sugarcoat my messages. I read how I read. So if that's not your thing, you got kids around, you just don't appreciate those kinds of readings, I'm always very respectful of that. I'm giving you the opportunity to sign off now. Otherwise, we will be getting into these Libran energies for May. So I'm using my Divine Masculine and Feminine combination tarot decks. There's 4 different decks that makes up these 2 decks. One with Divine Masculine aspects and one geared towards Divine Feminine aspects. And then I'm going to be using my Beyond Lemuria Oracle cards as guidance. All right. So getting into this. Spirit, please. What is going on with Libra's masculine aspects for May? Masculine aspects is the headspace, the mind, the choices, the actions, the willpower. What is going on with the headspace for May? Ooh. All right. Libra. We've got the 4 of Wands, the Tower, the Justice card, your card. Then we have the 4 of Coins, the 4 of Pentacles twice. Where the headspace is at, I think you're definitely focused on the happy ever after, the happy ending. Definitely focused on the joy, the castle, the commitment to joy, the commitment to the dream. Definite twin flame energy with 1111, right? With the wands on the card. And I think you're having a total epiphany and or revelation when it comes to the balance of things. I'm definitely feeling like karmic justice. I think you're planting seeds and planting seeds. And it's creating a certain amount of harmony or flow. I think you're being very mindful of what you're saying and how you're saying it. Because your focus is on the joy and the happy ending. I think your mind is of the awareness that it's planting seeds. It's not showing its entire hand. It's not giving all of the knowledge that it has out there just yet. Certain things need to come in sync. Like there's too many lines crossing, and yet it's just divine that way. Everything is truly connected. I think it's all coming together. If your mindset for the month is starting off with joy and the happily ever after, the happy ending, I think that's exactly what you're creating. I think it's definitely what you're manifesting. Clarify the Tower for me first. What's the epiphany in the mind? What's the revelation? The Knight of Pentacles, the 2 of Wands, and the Father of Swords. I think it's been a long time coming, but you're choosing to see things from the higher perspective. I think your streamlined focus. I think you just checked into your true willpower. Like, you don't have to tell people what to do. You can plant seeds and let them decide for themselves what they want to do. And then you're not telling them what to do. You know what I mean? You're not bossing them around. You're not coming off like a controlling, dictatorial kind of energy. I think you're simply planting the seeds of higher perspective and allowing people to hear the truth when they hear it. Like, people hear the truth when they hear it. The truth resonates. And I think you're doing it from a high perspective with the Father of Swords. I think you're wiser than your years would show. You can see into people's dark places. It's almost like I'm getting this feeling of like peering into the soul. You can see into people's dark places. And you know, if you try and address the dark place outright, you're met with resistance. And so instead of addressing the dark place outright, you're planting seeds of light and just simply letting the light grow in the dark place. You're not shining like a huge bright spotlight on their shadow. You're simply planting a light seed and letting it grow in the dark. Allowing people to discover the truth within themselves, growing within themselves, the truth of the light that was planted, allowing them to see it growing within themselves. Instead of putting a spotlight on their sore points. I think you're having this epiphany. I think it balances a lot of things. Clarify these Four of Pentacles for me, please, Spirit. These double Four of Pentacles. These seeds, these crossed lines, wires, Ace of Wands, the Moon, the Five of Wands, and the Son of Wands. Lots of wands. Yeah, I think that you have sparked, right, with the Ace of Wands in the wounding, right? The childhood wounding or the subconscious wounding, the beliefs that people believe in that are not necessarily true, even about themselves. I think the internal conflict of not being satisfied, right? That nothing someone does is good enough. I think you're reinventing yourself. I'm getting a lot of Phoenix rising energy. And I think you being able to reinvent yourself here with this epiphany helps someone else rise out of their own ashes, rise out of their wounding. I think that's why all of these lines on the Four of Coins on this card are crossed. I think you're understanding that there's, like I said, a certain amount of seed planting going on in order to bring light to certain things, especially the internal conflict people are having. Instead of facing someone's demons head on, you're giving someone the tools and the nourishment needed to face them themselves, which is major healing. Major healing. Breakthrough light shining. And people are seeing their faulty beliefs or their wounding for what it is, and they're choosing to grow. They're choosing to grow with the light in alignment with the two, like the two trees. They're realizing that maybe the two of you are not so different. Or that they are inspired to be more in your likeness. Coming from a place of balance. Being grateful that you were in a mindset of joy, right? That you were focused on the happily ever after and allowing it to guide you through these things. That you were focusing on the joy instead of the wounds. The focus on the joy is what brought you through this. Where's the heart space at, Spirit, please? The feminine energy. The Lovers, the Hermit. The Seven of Swords. What else? Maybe dealing with a Virgo or Geminian energy. Virgo's having a great month, I'm not gonna lie. coming into this feeling of being blessed. I think that you're choosing to shine your light, which is ultimately protecting you. I think you know that your heart space needs protecting with the Hermit card down here in the feminine energy. I think you know that you're protecting your heart space by not battling someone's demons head on. I think you know that doesn't work. I think you're choosing to simply protect yourself and shine your light and let that light speak for itself, right? You're not lying to yourself. You know that only the foundation has been built. The whole house hasn't been achieved yet, right? You're focusing on the built, finished castle, when in the reality, you know you're dealing with only a foundation and the rest still needs to be built. Mother of Swords. So we have the King of Swords, the Father of Swords, and the Mother of Swords. I think your heart knows the truth. I think your mind is seeing clearly. You know that this is a step-by-step process. You know that this is a build. You know that the internal conflicts have to be laid to rest, and you definitely know that you can't just try and snuff someone's demons out, because you can't. It's someone else's job to do that. And I think you realizing that planting seeds like optimism or encouragement or reminders, right? Kindness, compassion, right? If someone's having a rough day, that you have compassion for them, that you're not taking it personal, that they're having a rough day or they're in a mood. You know what I mean? Like, you're allowing you're just saying, okay, so they're having a bad day. I'm obviously taking the brunt of it. I'd rather it be me than someone else, because at least I don't take it personal. You know what I mean? It's like being in such a mindset that you're allowing someone to go through their own healing process and you be the support. I think you're being the support for someone going through a healing process. And you're going to move forward into calmer waters. Six of Swords, flying on the swan, right? Being able to relax and just gracefully flow and fly. The swan is flying over all the blackbirds, and the heart space is just sitting relaxed on there. I think that you being able to see the truth in your heart, because I think you know if someone's having a bad day, it's not because of you. It might just be taken out on you, kind of thing. You know what I mean? I definitely feel like you're not trying to play the doctor. You know what you're not trying to play the doctor. You're literally allowing yourself to come into the vibration almost like the nurse. You're not scary like the doctor. You know? You're the one that comes when someone pushes the button and needs something. And you bring them what they need and they feel better. They feel safe. You're kind of in that vibration. You're not performing surgery. You know, like, you're not performing surgery on someone's demons. You're helping them heal by catering to their needs, right? Small things. Planting seeds of support. What's the guidance, please, Spirit? What's the guidance, please, for Libra energy for May? What is the guidance to help Libra in the effectiveness and efficiency of this energy? Ether, the seamless, unspeakable. Card number 11. Card number 11. All right. Let's read some for you. Lots of mirroring, right? Mirroring in this card. It says, 0 point field, the void, blank canvas, threshold, anything is possible, time to choose what you want to bring into your life, endless possibilities, limitlessness, paradox. This illuminated space of no distraction and pure potential is beyond the threshold. It is the silent, meditative moment out of time, the centered and present place beyond the hustle of the mind and outside world. It is where all dreams are birthed, and it is the light we may fear to be darkness. And it is the light we may fear to be darkness when, just for one moment, everything ceases to exist. This is the place between worlds, the womb before we incarnate. And from here, we can choose where we go. The land has been tilled in readiness for the flowers we wish to seed. Outdated doors have been closed, and in the space between the breaths, we open the new ones. What may be perceived as the endless black nothingness is actually the illuminated eternal, the core that all our fears may be peeled back to. When we step through the darkness, we realize it is only a short distance away from the white void at the center of creation and heaven. Herein lies the feeling that we may have been striving our whole life to meet, and yet simultaneously subconsciously running from. In this place of graceful surrender, we may know we are held and allow ourselves the spaciousness to drop deeper into the experience of our existence. This is truly the space between, right? This is truly the space between, where you're in that vibration of joy. You're in that pure potential, and you are literally using the light to open in the darkness, right? It's talking about planting seeds and peeling back the shadow to get to the core that is light in the middle. You know, it's when you plant that seed of light and it finally cracks out of the shell and starts to rid that dark energy. This is the space between where you understand your manifestation and what you desire to manifest, and knowing that it is very specific how you get there, beyond your control, and yet in control of yourself, that you wouldn't take things personal, that you wouldn't sway from the desired goal, that you're of the understanding that you are literally like a nurse dealing with a patient who's healing, and time will heal them. It's a matter of your continued care without feeling like you need to be the doctor and do emergency surgery on shit, that you can just simply be present and allow the time to heal and be supportive. It's that energy. It holds the greatest potential for what you actually want to manifest, because you're not in a vibration when you're taking things personal, right? When you're outside of that vibration and you're allowing things to gracefully flow and carry your heart forward, that's when you ultimately find yourself in the most beautiful lit places, where the shadows don't exist, where they're not in control, yours or anybody else's. This energy for May, I think you're realizing how important it is to truly take things in a step-by-step manner. That you're not rushing, right? That you're not rushing. Rather, you understand the need for patience and consistency. Truly understanding the need for patience and consistency. Knowing that your heart and your mind know the truth and are married to the truth. And you will see the scales balance. You will see everything come into alignment with joy. Joy is the initial mindset, and that's what's being created here with the Six of Swords. That's where you're headed by the end. This is simply an untangling of sorts. You know there's work to do. You know the foundation is set, and that there's work to do, and that there's daily things that need to be attended to. This is an ongoing project, an ongoing pursuit that I think you're going to be really happy with the conclusion of it all, the result of it all. So I hope this helps, Libra. I hope this helps. Being in the alignment of balance and Libra's light attributes, I think is going to serve you immensely. I think with the Cancerian energy that Mars is in, with the Tower card present, is going to be playing a huge role in your ability to become passionate about being nurturing. Even if it is a challenge, I think you're rising to it. Because a part of you, I know, wants everybody to be happy and at peace yesterday and everything to be aligned and in place, you know, yesterday. And I think that the challenge of having that patience and consistency in order to achieve it is what's going to make the reward feel that much greater. Truly. Because this is a masterpiece in the making. Right? This is a masterpiece of energy in the making. So until next time, guys, this is Divine Rebel Racy signing out. Remember always to love each other, and most importantly, love yourselves. Bye, everybody.